sentence for the rapper known as the South Park Mexican for sexually assaulting a 9-year-old girl last year. News 2 Houston's Cindy Garza joins us now live downtown with more. Cindy?
Well, Rachel, Carlos Coy showed absolutely no emotion as the judge read the sentence of 45 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. Now, at one point, Coy turned around to his family and he mouthed, "I'll be all right." Then he turned away. That's when Judge Mark Ellis called him up to the stand. He literally read him the right act.
Mr. Coy, I have spent 17 years in this courthouse, and in that time I've seen more sex offenders than I wish to remember. But one thing I've found over time is that sex offenders have one trait in common, and that is that they are all liars, and you are no exception to that rule. You have lied to your family, you have lied to this court, you have lied to this jury, you've lied to your audience every time you go out there with your positive message, knowing that your life is not as it should be. You have spent this court's time, this jury's time, trying to explain, trying to discount, trying to excuse your conduct. There is no excuse for your conduct. You have testified to this jury. I guess you believe this, and you are convinced that you are a victim of your own celebrity in this situation, that if you were a plumber or a doctor or a priest or anything else but a rapper, you wouldn't be in this situation. Well, the fact is that there is only one victim in this case, and it is a 9-year-old girl. Now, that is reality, and you need to deal with it. All people in this state, in this county, in this city, and in this courtroom are equal in the eyes of the law. You have received a fair trial, you have received due process, and the jury has spoken. And it's time for you to face the music. It is the order of this court that you be delivered to the Sheriff of Harris County and to the Director of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Institutional Division, where they will carry out the jury's verdict for 45 years, and a $10,000 fine will be given credit for your back time to see the bailiff.
The 9-year-old victim's father then took the stand. He said, quote, "Carlos, you really did it this time. You got caught up in your own lies and your own deception. I trusted you, my daughter trusted you, and you let us down when you molested her. Yes, Coy, you are one sick puppy," end quote. Again, Carlos Coy, South Park Mexican, the Houston rapper, 45 years in prison for sexually assaulting a 9-year-old little girl. We're live in downtown Houston. I'm Cindy Garza.
Yes. What up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode on this Wednesday right here, right? This good Wednesday. Hope y'all making the most of the day, making the most of the morning. I'm up grinding, been up from a little minute, making the most of my day as always. But we back around with another piece of that good content for y'all. I'm on that second cup of yak right here. So, we finna talk about all that here real shortly. But let me find out y'all subbed up to the channel. Y'all been liking the videos, commenting, and doing all that. But y'all been scrolling right past the 5K giveaway. What's the 5K giveaway, you ask? Well, the 5K giveaway is for y'all, because y'all helped me grow this channel, because we're growing at a rapid rate, and I'm trying to give back to y'all. So if you ain't entered the 5K giveaway that I got going, it's going to end this Friday. And the way to enter is to go to my community page. You see it right here? Yeah, go to the community page, find this post right here, and all you got to do is just enter your Cash App and pick a number between 1 and 300. And come this Friday, I'm going live on YouTube, 8 p.m. Pacific time, and I'm selecting 2 random winners right there. Free of charge. That's all y'all gotta do is just enter that right there. So hurry up and get entered into it, because it's already Wednesday. Time is ticking. So I'm gonna let y'all do that. Don't be scrolling past that shit. Don't find out that was you that's right there that was scrolling past it, subbed up and all that. Don't find out that was you. But needless to say, today we're gonna talk about SPM. Now, SPM, right? South Park Mexican to some, South Park molester to others. Depends on what side of the coin you fall on. Me personally, I fall on the secondary one right there, because the case that SPM has, there's really no debating it. You know what I mean? I don't. For me, I know a little better. I done lived and learned. I done been in the system. I done been around these predators before. You feel me? And I know how they operate and I know how they move. But let's go ahead and discuss it real quick. So, SPM at one point in time in the rap game, he was a game changer. He came out of Houston, Texas, right? for me, the first time I got up on SPM shit was this shit called Hustle Town. He had this shit called Streets on Beat. Now, Streets on Beat used to be a banger. You know, when I first heard it, it was something we kept on repeat. I put my homies on to it because I was one of the first ones to get up on it. And when I put my homies up on it, they all was fucking with it. And he was the first time, he was like really like one of the first SA rappers. And when I say SA, I mean like Hispanic. That's how we talk. Where I'm from, we call it, no disrespect to nobody. It ain't cholo or none of that shit. But he was one of the first Hispanic rappers other than like Kid Frost that was really popping in the industry back in the day. And this is like 99, 2000-ish, somewhere in that ballpark, right? And Hustle Town wasn't his first album. He came out with Hillwood, which was an underground CD before that, but then he came out with Hustle Town. And after Hustle Town, he started to blow up. He from Texas, he from Hustle Town, as you would know, H-Town, Houston, right? So he blow up. The music is fire. He came out, he was on Dope House Records, which dropped a gang of albums, but ultimately, down the road, after a few albums, SPM caught him a sex case, right? Caught an S case. And when people say, what is an S case? You know, it's one of the worst cases that you could ever get. You know, there's different levels to the game, right? But if you ever catch an S case, you worse than a rat. You worse than anything. You the bottom of the totem pole right there. And now SPM got a 45-year sentence or something like that, 48. I feel like it was 45. I might be wrong, but I know it's 40 something, right? But he's been in there right now 23 years, and he has a chance for parole coming up this October of 2024. Will he get it? I don't know, but there's a high probability that he might, from my understanding, right? And if you understand SPM's case and you understand the specifics that go along with it, and you understand how these predators work, then you know SPM is guilty by all means. And when he gets out, it's going to be interesting because there's a lot of Texas rappers that I see looking forward to working with him, but yet he is a convicted sex offender with sex charges against minors. And if you don't know SPM's case, he ultimately got convicted of doing something to a 9-year-old that was his daughter's friend. They had a sleepover. He supposedly did, you know, something with the mouth and the hands and her private parts and all that stuff. You know, all this stuff is on YouTube. You can go look it up.
Most people don't know is that SPM is not in jail for statutory rape. SPM is in jail. Let's read it. Children's Assistance Center, that during this interview, she informed the interviewer the appellant touched and licked her and described the location of her body where the appellant had touched and licked her. This is coming from a 9-year-old little girl. This guy is in prison again, not for statutory rape. He's in prison for going down on a 9-year-old little girl, brother. Let that sink into you guys. Stop with the BS that he's just this guy who got railroaded by the system.
But previous to that, he had a baby by a 13-year-old who he said he met in a strip club, who he at one point in time proposed to and wanted to marry and so forth. But he said he met her in the strip club, didn't know she was 13, she got pregnant, and then blase.
This paperwork actually says this. So to all you people, anytime you hear somebody say that SPM didn't know the girl was underage, didn't know the girl was 13, had no clue, right? I want you guys to look at this paperwork. If you guys on Instagram, go to my YouTube channel and you guys will see the paperwork. This is what I want you to show these guys, all right? I want you guys to read that right there. Asked by the prosecutor, Lisa Andrew, if Coy knew her age at the time, the woman said she wasn't sure, but she said, that cut off right there, he sometimes picked her up at intermediate school where she attended 7th grade. Did you guys get that? The girl who he had a baby from, that was 13 when he had sex with her, 14 when the baby came out, in court came out and said, I don't know if he knew that I was underage, but he would pick me up at the junior high, homeboy. Get out of here. What man at 21, 22 years old is going to go to junior high and pick up the ruca that was a stripper? Maybe the first night he had sex with her, he thought, yeah, she's 18. But after so many days, weeks, I'm not sure how long their relationship went, brother. But this fool was going to her junior high to pick her up. What does that tell you? That tells you he knew damn well that she was underage, brother.
But when he went to trial, he ended up getting the charge for the 13-year-old, but it didn't stick. They ended up dropping that shit off. But during the trial, he also had some 14-year-old girls that he had picked up that said that he had did something with them, that he actually ended up getting the case beat because one of them had an STD and they said he didn't have one, so there's no way he could have had sexual relations. But yet he was in a motel room with two 14-year-olds for whatever reason. You feel me? He said he just gave him some money to get something to eat and hung out with him. But throughout the whole process of his trial, he had 8 to 9 different underage girls that all came and testified in some way, some manner.
These are the women that came out and spoke about Mr. Coy. Let's go one at a time. The one woman is claiming Coy sexually assaulted them. 4 of the women testified Monday in punishment phase of Coy's trial. So when they went to the what's the name phase, well, the punishment phase, which is they go convict them, right? 4 women came out there and testified. The jury convicted. Listen to this very carefully, people. Listen to this very carefully. The jury convicted Coy on Saturday of sexually assaulting a 9-year-old girl at his Southeast Houston home over Labor Day weekend. Jurors who were sequestered Friday night in a hotel deliberated about 7 hours over 2 days before reaching the verdict. It only took the jury 7 hours to come back with a verdict, brother. And don't give me this, that he was the Machiavelli and he was this and that, because he wasn't. He wasn't. And it's just a sad situation. Let's keep going. Another woman testified Monday that she was 12 years old when she first had sex with Coy. Although she initially told police she was 14, she testified Monday she changed her mind about the date after thinking about it. So worst case scenario, 14? This guy has a pattern of messing with little girls.
Now, this is why I can never buy into SPM's story that this is all coerced and just people trying to get money, because, you know, you got a 13-year-old girl pregnant. There ain't no way that you didn't know that she wasn't 13. And if you didn't know she was 13, you got to be one of the dumbest motherfuckers in the world. And I saw the interview with Baby Bash, right? Baby Bash is Baby Beast, however y'all want to word him. He was Baby Beast before, then became Baby Bash. But ultimately, Baby Bash said he didn't know neither. But, you know, I think he's just going because he used to be SPM's friend, because there ain't no way you can't tell the difference from a grown woman and a 13-year-old girl. Ain't no way. I don't care how much body she got. Like, no fucking way. No. And what killed me throughout the whole trial is that, you know, the 9-year-old had to get up on the stand and recant her stuff over and over again. And then they ultimately said maybe it was just dreams she had. But, you know, there's no accountability. And this is what these predators be doing, right? They try to make these victims look like they the ones that was really doing something. But yet, this is a predator, though. SPM is a predator, complete predator. Even I think the wife that he has now is like 25 years younger than him. But this is what these predators do, though. They'll never take accountability for that. They have an issue, or they have a sickness in their mind. There's something that they can't cure. You feel me? And SPM is definitely, in my opinion, he's a molester. He's a South Park monster, in my opinion, right? This is a nasty motherfucker right here. Nasty, nasty motherfucker. Bottom of the tier. How is he living in the penitentiaries in Texas? How has he survived 23 years? It makes you wonder, right? Because usually you hear in the penitentiary that most of the time that, you know, people with these funny cases right here, right? They get exterminated, as they should, in my opinion, right? he's probably been in a special needs yard, or he's been paying for protection, or he's been doing something. I feel like he's probably in a segregated unit or something of that, where he's not on the main line. I can't see him being on the main line in Texas. I can't see it the way that I know how, to my small knowledge, I know of the syndicates and things that work in Texas. That I don't see him living that long. I see him living these 23 years back there behind protection. You feel me? Behind because contrary to belief, some of these facilities and places, they do protect these motherfuckers. They do. Unfortunately, they do. And everybody thinks, but there's other places when they do hit the main yard, they get ran off, they get exterminated, they get killed. You can look in Colorado. I mean, there's been numerous child molesters that have been, chopped and screwed. No DJ screw. You feel me? But SPM is a different kind of sickness. You feel me? He's gonna be back out here when he gets paroled, and he's gonna be doing music. He's rapping already from the pen, and he's got a YouTube channel. And he's been going viral on TikTok for quite a while over the last year. And a lot of people think he's really not guilty. They think he's not guilty. They believe his story, right? They believe that he's not. I could never buy it. I know better than that. I done been, like I said, this ain't. A lot of these cats don't know no better. But then again, these are the same cats that listen to 6ix9ine. Same cats that probably like Gunna. And for me, it's hard for me to ever separate the person from the music. You know what I mean? The person and the music coincide together right here. Now, SPM, when he get back out here, it's gonna be very interesting, because there's never been a person that got out the pen for a sex case and been a child and been convicted of this and got back in the rap game and been doing music. But personally, I think anybody that does music with this dude going forward, thumbs down, big thumbs down. This is that should never ever be endorsed. And for me, the benefit of the doubt, if there was any loopholes in his case, if his story was so true, over 23 years he would have found some kind of way to appeal, and he would have got his conviction overturned or his sentence lessened. But that's never happened, because he is guilty though. He's been found guilty of these cases though. He's been found guilty of doing damage to a little girl in some form, some fashion. And he is a predator. He is a predator. Now, there's another cat out of California who's getting out that's gonna be on the same tip as SPM. And y'all might know him, but he used to rap with a rapper named Brother Lynch back in the day, and his name is 6ix. Now, 6ix molested his own kids, but he went to prison. He served 20 years too. He's about to get out, but he feels like he found Jesus, right? He feels like he's a redeemed man, and he's rapping too. He got it. But these are sickos. There should never be a lane for these cats, in my opinion. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think in the comments below, because what are y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna mess with SPM's music? Do y'all feel that he's really innocent? Let me know in the comments below, because this is just my opinion. But personally, knowing like I know and being around a penitentiary setting for so many years, I know how these cats work. You know what I mean? They'll never be accountable. Everybody else is to blame for it. They got no accountability. And I listen to SPM's music, and he's even got some lyrics that are very questionable. And needless to say, ever since he got convicted, back in the time he got convicted, I ain't never listened to no SPM. Somebody put on some SPM, I asked him to change that shit and say that he a child molester. We can't listen to that. Change that. And a lot of people don't even know it though. You feel me? They think he wrongly convicted. They didn't seen his little YouTube and shit. But yeah, thumbs down to SPM right there. I don't know who's gonna mess with this cat right here. And it's interesting because in the penitentiaries, right, the Hispanics, they handle business. You know what I mean? There's no bigger gangs in the penitentiary than when it comes down to the Hispanic gangs, especially the Serranos, right? They handle business. They deal with these motherfuckers immediately. They deal with the trash. They throw the trash out. Now, when he gets out, if he gets out, it'd be interesting to see if he really lives and survives. I'm sure he will though, because it's easier to live out here than it is out there. But you never know, because he's gonna make the Hispanics look bad in the rap game. Coming out, you a pedophile. You're a convicted pedophile, and here you is trying to rap about gangster shit. Like, I looked at his YouTube before doing this, and he's still rapping gangster shit though. He's still, I mean, like come on, gang, like the fuck. At least be reformed and sing some Christian rap or something. You know what I mean? But you gonna come back out here and you got some more gangster shit to spit, right? You gonna rap some gangster shit after you just got done doing a pedophile case. You just got 23 years for some pedophilia. Make that make sense. But you know, it's all bad for SPM. I can never see SPM being redeemed. I'll never buy into none of the stories about him being innocent. I know his case very well, you know. No way around it. There's no way around it. You know, had he not got the 13-year-old pregnant at one point in time, I might have looked past the 9-year-old and said maybe they was trying to get some money. But then again, 8 or 9 young girls that testified against him at court, and the 14-year-old girls he was hanging with after he had already been accused of the 9-year-old. Clearly he has a thing for young girls, though. Clearly he has a thing for that. Clearly, that's you know, me personally, I like older women. I've always liked older women. I like a woman that's more mature, that carries herself, that knows herself. I can never understand how motherfuckers go for these, but I guess it's like a control issue, but it's a sickness in the mind when you cross those lines, when you're dealing with those babies right there. Because 13, 14, 9, come on, 9 years old, that should make you throw up even at the thought of it. Like, that's beyond disgusting right there. And there's motherfuckers that still will holler free SPM, long live SPM. You know, you look at SPM's channel and you look at the comments and shit, it's just mind-boggling that there's this many motherfuckers that have been convinced by this weirdo that he's innocent. But once again, this is just my opinion, right? Views of a go-getter, right? These are my views, right? Y'all let me know down there in the comments when SPM get out, if he get out, y'all rocking with him? What y'all think? Innocent? Guilty? Let me know in the comments below. To the next one, I'm out.